learned from the lesson. Live in the hills, but it still get a spread. Started with a live, but it still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel less a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Josh's therapist. And this is the Say Nothing doll. This is a tool that we use. Now, calm down. I know you want to say a lot of things, but we use this doll to look at it and not say anything and be relaxed. So here, do it with me. Relax. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Everything is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And we gotta focus on the plays, baby! So, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I got another watch list for you. I am going to make this one very simple. I have a couple of plays that I need to go over. I did average down on the EWG. I got more time, or excuse me, less time, but there is a strategy I want to highlight with it, and then we need to talk about why the stock market is going to go crazy tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, you are getting the Fed minutes. Now today, as you see here, we had a big drop and then just kept going lower. This was all after Fed Brainerd spoke. She said that we will get a balance sheet reduction at a rapid pace, and she brought up the May thing once again. Now, Powell has said something like that, but what all of this is showing, it is very simple. This could be signaling by the Fed, getting us ready for the minutes tomorrow. Now, I don't know what's going to happen on the minutes. I don't know if it will be more hawkish or more dovish, but the point is, after the minutes or now the following days, we will get a big reaction. So here's why I think that. Here are the last two Fed minutes. You see these two little red dots? Those are both the minutes. So January 5th, we dropped a little bit the day before. The minutes came out and people were surprised. That was the first time we were talking about raising rates and then pricing it in, and people were freaking out. And then February 16th, you just experienced this one. This day, the market actually closed green, but then the next few days we started selling off. So hopefully you see why this is important. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern, that is when the Fed minutes are coming out. So this is a big deal for tomorrow. Besides that, there wasn't any news. There was more talks of sanctions and then the EU banning oil, but now that's where it relates to this whole EWG play. So we're going to find more sanctions. We're going to find out what happens tomorrow, but no, there is an event and there will be volatility. So I hope you're ready, baby. But as far as the main thing, I want to talk about EWG. Here are the two main plays that I made today, but the first one, I went with an average down on the EWGs. I grabbed these ones. These are the May $18 puts. So these are super far out the money. I bought 150 of them. I spent about like $800 or so, around $750. So not too crazy, but a little bit bigger. And remember, I went bigger on the Germany play. But why did I go with this play? Simply because the ones that we were down on, they were down about like 50. They were up 15% on the day, down 15% overall. But I saw if I went a little bit less time and further out the money, I could get a bigger discount. And these plays specifically, take a look at the option chain. They were actually going for about 10 or 15 cents the day before. A lot of the EWG puts, they went up today and they were cheap, but the strategy with this one is hit or miss. You got to be careful. Here is my logic. Again, the news that we got today, EU said they are going to be sanctioning Russia again, and they talked about energy, and they are banning all Russian coal imports. So I have a coal play. I'll show you that one as well too. Coal is actually hitting a record high right now, which is absolutely amazing, but that started with coal. Oil started to go up, and then as they said, they're not touching the oil yet. Oil started to relax a little bit by the end of the day, but this is playing out with the whole European thesis. What do I expect is going to happen? Pretty much it's going to start with the energy crunch, and little by little it's going to start weighing on them, and we're going to see Europe get clapped first and then the United States. That's what I've been saying. If it is going to be very negative, and if this actually goes this route where they they start banning Russia one step at a time. So why did I average down today? You saw one step closer towards Russia getting, or Russia, Germany, all of the energy in the EU getting clapped. One step closer to that, I made another play on it. So the reason why I went with these plays, this is a losing strategy sometimes. Here's an example. I was going for the cheap options on the chain. This one is Apple. I did this one a couple weeks ago, literally March 4th again, and right before even Apple went down, these plays never went up more than 50% at one point. That's one thing you got to keep in mind. They were super far out the money and they had limited time, but the idea that I was going for, it's really hit or miss. If it works out great. If you're wrong, you're going to get clapped on it. But the idea that I'm expecting, if volatility is going to pick up, I'm thinking the minutes tomorrow are going to clap some things, and then we're watching one step closer with the energy crunch there with Europe and Russia. I said, all right, I want to go for some of these cheap options, and I went for the cheapest ones on the chain, and I bought these at 5 cents. The logic is if you get volatility, some of the cheap options will disappear until they add more strikes, and then you could get hooked up. But like I showed you, I've already lost on the Apple, and then the reason where I got this idea, it wasn't my first thought, but I was looking to average down on my EWGs, but then as I was going through the chain, I said, well, these kind of look like a deal and are cheap, so I thought I could justify it. But that is the first play, and now for the second play related here with the Europe energy thing. And again, if you're missing the point, I'm expecting more elevated volatility because the minutes tomorrow, and then we are getting more information coming out of Europe, again, whether it's coal, oil, and you've even been watching natural gas. Again, that was the play we made yesterday. They rocketed up today, but now the second play, ARLP. This is a coal play, and why I went for it, because in the morning, all the coal plays are running, and this one pretty much had the best discount, and it was the only play I could get for cheap on the option chain with time. The BTUs, and what was the other one? Arch Coal. They were a couple of $100 a contract with only a month or two of time, so I said, okay, I want to position a little bit here at coal. I think they're going to start phasing out. Again, they're starting with coal, then they're going to go to oil. That's why I'm saying this EWG is important, because think about it, that's the next step. Yesterday we talked about it. They're going to start with France and trying to, isolate France from the energy before they see how it plays out with Germany. So keep all of this in mind, but that's why I responded to the news today. But I grabbed the ARLP January 2023, so almost 1 year of time on them, but I grabbed 20 contracts, 30 cents a pop, $60, but it has a lot of time. I did spend a little bit more money, but gonna be watching that one over the next few days, and those were the only other plays that I made. We're still holding this stuff from yesterday. The oxys went up and then came back down. Again, it's down 30%, but they were up. I still like the oil plays, and people asked me today, I will be looking for one of the ConocoPhillips again, especially if they are down tomorrow. I wanted more wheat in some of the corn, but they went crazy, so keep your eyes out for that if they come back. I do want to get a double dip, but I want to make sure the pricing is good. And then the LMTs, they went up and then came back down, but I do believe they're up like 20% right now. Excuse me, I burped. But essentially, those are the only plays. I want you to focus on what we got here. We'll watch how this plays out, but the Europe energy situation, it is key. Tomorrow's going to be a big move, and I'll see you there in the morning. That is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure hydrate, healthy, ready to go. Make sure to post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet on. I need you to remember, baby, let the will be done. Control what you can control, baby. And woosah, calm down. You are literally living through history. Someone's going to ask one day, what were you doing? Hopefully watch list or the stream, or at least get a long term. Okay, I love you. Is this better? I'm trying, Chad. I love you. God bless you, for real. Shout out all the real ones today. Amen.